Hello and welcome to the Media Coach video tip. Raymond Chandler, the great detective writer, once gave some advice to other writers. He said, when in doubt, have a man come through a door with a gun in his hand. So what did he mean? He meant that what you've got to do, and this is how it applies to speaking, is you've got to give people something to hang on to, some interesting point. So how does this relate to speeches? What advice do I give to people about how to create those dramatic moments in speeches? Well, the first thing to think about is not to tell your story chronologically. It doesn't have to start right when the action started and go through to when the action finishes. You can start at the most interesting point, what other people have called the decisive moment. Henri Cartier-Bresson referred to the decisive moment in photography, and the same sort of thing can apply in speeches. So what's the most interesting point in your story? What's the most exciting point? What will engage the audience? That's the point where you can start the story, and then you can cycle back to fill in the backstory and then bring the story forward to beyond the inciting incident, the decisive incident. You see, if you always tell stories chronologically, they're not going to hold people's interest. They're not even going to grab people's interest right at the beginning because the initial information is not necessarily that interesting. But if you grab people's attention with the decisive moment, the moment of complete drama that occurs in your story, you can then grab the audience, you've then got them. You can fill in what happens before, take them on to the end, make the point, you know the story, give them an example in their world, and then that will be a powerful demonstration of the principle you're talking about. So just think about that advice. You don't have to have somebody with a gun in their hand, but you need to come in at the most important moment, the most decisive moment, in order to engage your audience. I wish you the best of luck.